You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about how I think they are misusing Phyllis Summers right now on the CBS soap opera. You know, she doesn't really have a plot of her own, and anytime she runs into someone, we hear the same line. She's trying to be a better person and redeeming herself, but in reality, she's not actually doing anything. So here's my suggestions on 5 things Phyllis can do to take back her life. And before we unpack it, if you haven't, please click subscribe. All right, let's dig in. So the first thing I think Phyllis really needs to do to take back her life is to just walk away from Danny and Cricket. An official spoiler for the week of December 11th says Phyllis has a tempting invitation for Danny Romalotti, and that comes, of course, after she just saw Danny making out with Christine at the GCAC, and she knows that Danny cooked Christine dinner, his famous sauce, and then Phyllis ran into Christine and was prodding her about leaving the DA's office when they ran into each other at Crimson Lights. And Cricket told her, mind your business. Good point. So I definitely agree with Christine Williams, and I never thought I'd really say that ever, because I just try not to think about her. I don't enjoy the character. Anyway, but Phyllis definitely needs to let go of her decades-old dusty crush on aging rocker Danny and just let him run off with Cricket, preferably far from Genoa City. Danny has never loved Phyllis. You know, he hasn't. And let's be real, Phyllis never really loved him. I don't think so. I think she was obsessed with him, but it's not like he's her soulmate. So just let it go. That way, none of us have to watch that triangle. The second thing I think Phyllis could do that would be interesting is to help Diane Jenkins scheme against Tucker McCall. Right now, Diane Jenkins Abbott has Kyle Abbott playing, low rent spy games, trying to figure out what Tucker McCall is up to. And that's something that Phyllis Summers could absolutely help with, especially since she aided and abetted Tucker hacking into the Jabot accounts and Billy Abbott's accounts to make it look like he was embezzling. Phyllis shouldn't have done it, but, Tucker bribed her with enough cash to bail her out of her trouble with the life insurance company. So Phyllis made offers to Jack to help deal with Tucker, but he said no, he doesn't trust her, and of course not. But since Diane is going behind Jack's back and asking Kyle not to tell his dad, she might be open to scheming with Phyllis. And just as Diane was forgiven by Ashley after she saved her life from that choking incident, just maybe Phyllis and Diane could forgive each other somewhat and work together to save Jabot. I think that would be interesting to see, and it would be Phyllis taking action instead of just saying she's trying to be a better person. So, Tucker is their one common mutual enemy, and the Abbotts are someone they both care about. So could be. The third thing I think Phyllis should do is do something if she really wants to be redeemed. One thing I just really don't like about how they're writing Phyllis right now is that she's not doing anything much. She's floating around town, dropping in to tell people about how she's not the same old Phyllis. She's trying so hard to change, but other than telling everyone she's trying, I don't see much action. She needs to stop that Yoda thing, or take Yoda's advice, I guess. Do or not do. There is no try. The little green guy is definitely right. And right now, Phyllis is saying she's trying, but she's not doing any doing. Hell, I don't even think she's really trying. I think she's paying lip service to anyone who will listen, while just kind of figuring out if she can just keep being who she's being. And there are some things that she could do to be a better person. She could go volunteer at New Hope, Nick's charity, when she's not working with Daniel at Omega. She could devote herself to her granddaughter Lucy and her grandson Harris, who we never see her with. But honestly, I don't really care much about Phyllis having a redemption arc. I like her bad. So this next suggestion embraces her true chaotic nature. The fourth thing is Phyllis can scheme with Summer to help her steal Chance from Sharon. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see Phyllis just leaning into who she truly is at heart, a scheming bad girl. And she can use her wicked skills to make sure Summer Newman gets what she wants. And of course, what she wants is Chance Chancellor. Spoilers for this coming week have Summer coping with growing feelings for Chance. And if you recall, Phyllis already told Summer that if she wants Chance, if that's what she really, really wants, go for it. Basically, don't worry about Sharon. And that tracks because Phyllis has cheated with Nick when he was with Sharon more than once. So Phyllis, I don't think, has a lot of respect for Sharon or her relationships. And it wasn't too long ago that Summer herself was also a serious schemer. I mean, she's definitely outclassed by her mother. Her mother has done so much worse, but she got the scheme gene. So, and the other thing is, even if Summer doesn't want to participate in this scheme, Phyllis could do it on her behalf. She could sabotage Sharon and Chance while kind of low-key pushing Chance towards Summer. So I just wonder if Summer's mom could be the key to her daughter getting the man she wants. Frankly, I'd much rather see Red doing bad things than sitting around whining about being a better person. So the fifth thing I think would be fascinating is if Phyllis teamed up with Nate and basically burned down the town. Somebody else who's trying to prove that he's changed when he really hasn't is, of course, Nate Hastings. I've seen zero signs that he's not the exact same guy that betrayed his family when he was at Chancellor Winters last time, giving all that inside info to Victoria Newman. And then, of course, according to Victor, I need to wake up and have coffee. Nate was planning to stash him in a psych hospital somewhere so that he could enable Victoria's awfulness, I think. And after being fired from Newman, Nate is trying to get back at Chancellor Winters because, of course, Mamie thinks that the family should work together. But Devon and Lily are right not to trust him. And it does look like Nate will be back at Chancellor Winters, but I'd like Nate to also embrace his dark side. And I think it'd be a lot of fun if he started working with Phyllis to mess with people. They could even include a romantic aspect to that or not. Either way is fine with me. But Nate's sneakiness and Phyllis's hacking skills could be a really fun combination. They could target Newman for firing him and for Phyllis just, disliking Victor. And, then they could target Tucker just for the heck of it. And I think those two could be a lot of fun for very soapy plots, messy plots, if they both just quit trying to change to prove themselves to the people in their lives and just lean into the bad. Go ahead, just break bad again. I think Y&R needs good villains, and they would be a good combo. All right, that's it. Please click subscribe if you haven't, and let me know what you think of these suggestions for Phyllis. What would you like to see her doing? Do you want to see her trying to be better, trying to change herself at this late stage in her life? Or do you just want more of Phyllis being Phyllis, Red in all her scheming, plotting glory? Be sure to come back soon because we are here talking about Young and the Restless 7 days a week. And as always, it's been Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.